Welcome back to episode 2, guys. This is basically just going to be a brief update of what's going to be happening in the next week or so. I got a bunch of new parts in this week. I got the cam over here. I got the F-body oil pan. I'm still waiting on the UPR K-member, camber plates, rear 5-lug conversion. And I also ordered a Aeromotive 340 fuel pump with the hot wire kit. All that stuff's supposed to be on Tuesday, so look forward to an update this coming week. But for the most part, today's basically going to be removing the 4-cylinder engine harness from the car, removing the AC condenser from the car, probably getting the LQ4 on an engine stand, getting the A/E removed, obviously. Just basically reorganizing the shop, because frankly the whole shop just looks like straight crap. I mean, it's just, you can hardly walk in here. I just need to clean it up. But yeah, we ended up getting the Flaming River manual. Put it up here so you guys can see it. Got the Flaming River rack, manual rack here. Got the A/E Transgo shift kit. It also came in. And we also got the Flaming River, this is the steering linkage. Last but not least, we got the Pack 1218 springs to go along with the cams. So yeah, there's going to be a few updates coming up. One thing you guys need to know about me is that I work very fast. So I'm actually looking to have this car running, driving. I want to take it to Bowling Green, Kentucky this year, but it'll be running and driving hopefully by the end of March. So that way it gives me enough time to work out kinks and whatnot. But yeah, pretty much today I'm going to spend taking out that 4-cylinder harness I got laid over the fender here, getting the LQ4 on an engine stand, getting the A/E off so I can get that off to the trans shop to get the Transgo shift kit installed, and then basically cleaning up this transmission fluid mess I made when I pulled the 4-cylinder and the A4LD transmission out of the Foxbody. So I'll keep you guys posted, but that's kind of what today's going to be. Not a whole lot of exciting stuff, but just part of the build, so I figure I'd bring you along. See how difficult this, I don't know a whole lot about Fox bodies in general, so I didn't know what wiring I needed to keep and what I can get rid of. I honest to God thought this was part of the headlight wiring, so I'm kind of learning as I go. But yeah, this is the 4-cylinder engine harness that I'm going to be removing and pulling the computer through, so we'll see how it goes. Well guys, the computer is out, but this has been unusually hard to get this harness removed, so I'm going to take a quick soda break and then start back on it. Alright guys, you can kind of see what I'm working with here. There's the AC condenser, and I'll be working on that after this harness, but I don't have the AC line removal tool, which I'm pretty sure it's just it's a white ring that basically slides on there and pushes on those tabs, and this causes this hard line to slide out. But I don't have that. I do have that tool, but I don't know where it's at, and so I don't plan on keeping AC, so I'm just gonna chop that off. The problem I'm running into right now is this this grommet on the engine harness is so old and frail that it's not wanting to come through the firewall, so I'm pretty much just taking a bunch of flathead screwdrivers and working my way through it. So we'll see what happens, but it's kind of an update here. AC stuff removed. There's some weight to it. Now we can get back to this engine harness. I just gotta keep prying at it. I don't know if it's gonna, I mean, I really don't give a shit about this harness, but it'd be nice if I could keep it complete, so keep on trying. Got feet. Oh man. So here's the problem I was having there. This grommet goes through the firewall. Well, in order for me to get the computer off from the inside, I had to push this grommet, this thicker part of the grommet right here, all the way through the firewall towards the inside of the vehicle. Well, once I got the computer unhooked, I had to pull all of this back through that grommet hole, and it was a pain in the ass. But we got it. AC condenser's out. Pretty much at this point, all there really left is to do is clean up the engine bay, degrease it. I'm going to remove the throttle cable, cruise control cable, couple other things that I won't need, but besides that, we're going to work on getting this ADE off the LQ4 and get the LQ4 on an engine stand. That way we can start doing the cam, springs, oil pan, all the goods. So I'll keep you guys posted. Alright guys, I got the engine on the stand. Gonna do a little tear down and kind of see how dirty it is, how clean it might be. It's a junkyard motor, so you really never know. So I'll fast forward to this part, but you get the gist of it. Let you guys kind of get a close-up look here. It's got the typical junkyard sludge, but nothing we can't clean up. Besides that, I mean, the motor's fairly clean. The ADE ended up having a reman converter on it. It looks pretty clean as well. Pump area looks fine. Yeah, I mean, so far so good. Maybe. Surprisingly clean. What you guys see? See here? No sludge. Fairly clean. This isn't the PCV side, so it's normally this clean, but it's usually the other side that gets fairly dirty here. I'm actually pleasantly surprised to say that the PCV side really doesn't look bad at all as well. Usually I see a lot more darkening than this, but this motor looks like it's going to be a good candidate for what we're doing. Hopefully I don't run into any other any hiccups with it, but I mean, it looks like it has new water pump gaskets that have recently been put on. Like I said, the ADE had a reman converter, and you can tell somebody RTV'd the dowels in here so they go in smoothly. But I mean, so far it's looking good. We'll really find out whenever I go to do the Pack 1218 springs, and I go to put some pressure in these cylinders and see if they got any leak down or anything. But I'm going to work on getting this area cleaned up, the valley cover. Like I said, I'm not going to go crazy on cleaning this thing, but I do want it to be halfway presentable. So, alright guys, here's the motor, somewhat shop vacked up. I haven't started with the razor blade or anything, but I'm probably going to call it a night here. I've got 2 children that are both ADHD, and it makes it difficult to get much done. My girlfriend kind of has a short patience with them. Can't blame her. I mean, I'm fortunate enough to come out here and be able to work as long as I do, but for tonight, this is probably going to be the gist of it. I know it didn't get a whole lot done, you know, just the harness, the 4-cylinder computer. I actually got the throttle cable removed, and I tore out the fender well liners, so I have more room to be able to route stuff. I came up, you know, during all this, I came upon a kind of a problem. I really planned on using drive-by-wire on this swap. I really wanted to utilize cruise control. It's super easy with drive-by-wire, but it's not looking like that's going to happen. If you look here, I've got the drive-by-wire pedal here in my hand. I'm going to set it up here next to the factory Foxbody. You can tell here they're both angled differently, so in other words, if I were to try and mount it in the factory location, it would be over quite a bit. So there's really not a whole lot of room up in there under the dash anyway. There's a lot of brackets and stuff for the dash supports. So I really based the whole swap upon drive-by-wire, and I'm lucky enough to have, you know, plenty of engine harnesses laying around that I can use. So drive-by cable, it won't be a problem, but man, I was really hoping I would be able to use that cruise control. It's super easy. It's 4 wires and you're good to go. But like I said, that's going to be a wrap up for tonight. On the next episode, I'll be doing the cam and valve spring install. We'll be putting the F-body oil pan on as well. So stay tuned. I'm sorry I couldn't get a whole lot done today, but yeah, we got a tight deadline. You know, like I said, end of next month, so at the end of March I plan on driving this thing, so there's a lot to do, but stay tuned. My whole crew, and here we are related. Okay.